Assalamualaikum. Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Seri Kota Paloh. Saya Aiman. I am a 16-year-old Malaysian boy from Connecticut, all the way in the United States. And today I'm here to talk to you about STEM. I'll admit, it's weird for me to talk to you guys this way, through a video, through a recording. If I had it my way, I'd be talking face to face, but Malaysia is all the way across the world for me, and it's a pretty long walk to get there. And I think that's actually kind of cool. We can talk to each other even though we're so far apart. Someone came up with the idea to create video recordings and then upload them to the internet so that they could reach people far away. 300 years ago, no one would have even dreamed of that being possible. And that's sort of the magic of STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They make up the world that we live in. I'm sure you've heard about STEM. You've probably been encouraged to go into it. And for some of you, that's okay, because you already want to become an engineer or a doctor. And what's the harm of going into STEM if that's where you're going anyway? Some of you might want to become a firefighter or a police officer. Maybe some of you want to become an artist. And I'm sure for most of you, maybe you don't know what you want to be when you grow up. Regardless, STEM is scary. It's intimidating. It's challenging. And for those of you who are worried about going into STEM, let me just be the one to say, it's okay. Your worries are valid. It's coming from a guy your age, I know how you feel. It's okay to feel worried about going into STEM. Some of you might not want to go into STEM. Some of you might want to go into the arts. And if you're passionate about something in the arts, like drawing or writing, don't let anyone take that away from you. That's awesome. I go to science fairs. I go to technology expos. I do engineering conventions. And I win mathematics competitions. I even go to a school called Engineering and Science University Magnet School. STEM is a big part of my life. But I'm also passionate about art. I love playing the ukulele. And I also like folding origami flower bouquets. And I also love building huge cardboard creations. Look at that. I made some swords. It's that big ship back there. I love art. I'm passionate about art. If you like art, like writing, drawing, painting, playing music, or singing, don't let anyone take that away from you. It's okay to be passionate. It's okay to love doing things. In fact, you can apply those passions to STEM. We use art all the time in STEM. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you like doing something, there's probably an engineering or science discipline for it. For example, if you like playing music, well, you can become an acoustic engineer. An acoustic engineer deals with sound. And if you like drawing, well, architects have to draw blueprints for their buildings before they build them. In fact, there's a engineering and science discipline for pretty much about everything. Even something like sports. There's a science behind that. If you think that you don't want to pursue a STEM career, or you just don't know what you want to pursue in the future, that's alright. I think a lot of people forget that you shouldn't have to pursue a career if you're not passionate about it or you're not interested about it. Just know that your future will have lots of STEM littered throughout it. And just know that if you have a passion, you can integrate STEM into it. When I grow up, I want to be a mechanical engineer. I want to work with cars, contraptions, and machines. But at the same time, I also want to be a museum exhibit designer. I want to make museums look cool. And your passions don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can love both STEM and the arts at the same time. You can pursue a job in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics while also pursuing your passions in art. For me, I go to an engineering school, but I still love to play the ukulele, build cardboard creations, and fold origami bouquets. And you can do it too. In the future, if you become a doctor or an engineer, you can also be a writer, a painter, an artist. And in the best case scenario, you can incorporate your passions into your career. If you're a drawer, you can become an architect. And even if you like using the computer, there's computer science, programming, coding, they're all useful nowadays. Actually, all of the people in my family are computer scientists. Well, except for me, because I'm an engineer. But computer science can be used in so many different applications, just like arts. If you have a passion in the arts and you want to pursue it, you can apply it to STEM. It's not even just likely. It is almost certain that if you have a passion for anything, you'll be able to find a STEM field that you can apply it in. I'm sure at some point during your life, you've been a scientist or engineer yourself. Maybe when you were younger, you used to go out into nature and just explore. Maybe you like to look at the tiny ant creatures on the ground and see what they're up to. When I was younger, I always used to be fascinated with ants and worms. Or maybe you're interested in figuring out how things work. Like, for example, maybe you've tinkered with computers. And if you've ever had that inkling of interest into something, I suggest you pursue it, because who knows what that might lead to. STEM is awesome, and STEM with an arts perspective is even better. So hopefully, when I see you in the future, you'll be, I don't know, a biologist, a chemist, a physicist, or maybe you'll be an engineer, like a civil engineer, a chemical engineer, a mechanical engineer like me. The best part about it is that you don't have to be just one. You can be a chemical engineer and a biologist at the same time. You can be a civil engineer and do research on neurology at the same time. Find whatever fits you. And always make sure to incorporate your passions into it. Because if you don't love doing it, then what's the point? And hopefully next time I see you, I'll have become a mechanical engineer, museum exhibit designer, and ukulele player. And if you still have any reservations about STEM, it's okay. Sometimes I am scared about what my future will look like or what I'm going to do when I grow up. It's okay to be worried about the future. But always stay true to yourself. Always keep pursuing the passions that you want to pursue. And stay cool. But for now, I'm Aiman, and thanks for watching. Assalamualaikum.